Hi everyone, I hope you're doing great today. Okay, so this is a different kind of video. I want to dedicate this video to my ailing colleagues. I want to show you this clip because I know many of us saw it, all right? Over the week or 2 weeks ago, we all saw this clip, so take a look.
Let's keep that applause going. It's such a special moment. Uncle Olu is here with his wife and one of his sons, Benga. It's such a special moment. We can keep the applause going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. It's important that we celebrate our legends while they're still with us. Not when they're gone, while they're here, while they're still alive. We celebrate the legendary, the phenomenal, the outstanding Olu Jacobs, with a voice like none other, performances like none other, spanning through many generations.
All right, so that was Uncle Olu Jacobs. I don't know if what happened to me happened to other people when the videos and pictures of him first emerged after having not seen him for a very long time. I actually thought he traveled and went to rest somewhere. I thought maybe he went to do some big job overseas or something like that. I didn't know that Uncle Olu Jacobs was down and was sick. And many people do not know how much I love Uncle Olu Jacobs. There are two of them. I don't joke with them, himself and Uncle Olu Peter Doche. When I saw the first image of him when it leaked, my heart sank. I could not think for a few minutes. I was like, how could this be my lovely, beloved Uncle Olu Jacobs? This is a guy that, for me, I usually describe him as simplicity on steroids because I've never met anybody that simple. With all the status that he had, I've never seen anybody that simple. Uncle Olu will step into a place and make everybody feel at home. You meet him for the first time. When he starts talking to you, you think you've known him all your life. The man is such a blessing and a gift to our industry. I mean, to the human race as a whole. I love the man. And to see Uncle Olu in this shape, it broke my heart. This is the first time I'm doing a video like this, and I have to do this because I'm tired of having to receive all these, videos of obituary. This one died, and I feel like we need to start being open about the way we celebrate our heroes, by the way we celebrate these men. That's why I was excited when they went to give him that award at Afrif. I was very excited. Many of you saw how he was even confused. He was shaking his wife, thinking she was the one giving, all of that happening. It is just to show you how bad the situation has gotten with him. And why am I making this video really? To ask you, if you can, to help me personally to pray for my Uncle Olu Jacobs. I love this man. I'm telling you the truth. Pray for him. Maybe God will have mercy and give him a few more years in good health. Maybe 10, maybe 15, maybe 20, who knows? There's nothing that God cannot do. I don't think money is a problem for Uncle Olu. I'm pretty sure he has more than enough because he's a darling. Everybody loves him. If it's about money, I'm telling you, even if the money is not there, if I know about it, I will spend a whole week or month just raising money for it. I will do anything for that man. I love him that much. But I know that money is not the problem. What we need now is prayers for him. That God will reach down and touch his bones and make the dry bones live again and make this man bounce back to life. Please pray for Uncle Olu Jacobs. Maybe God can hear us and do something. The next guy is someone that I've worked with over the years. Even before I left for the United States of America, this guy, consider him a brother and a friend. His name is Clem Ohameze. You all know him. I saw his video again just a few days ago. And that one, I wasn't just emotional, I was just bawling, I was crying like a child.
Some time back, I was involved in an accident and taken to the hospital. After consultations, the doctors requested that I do an X-ray, which I did. And the result of the X-ray came out, and it showed that my cervical vertebrae 3 had collapsed on the cervical vertebrae 4. Thereby, there was a pressure on my spinal cord. Initially, from the lower part of my waist down, I noticed that I couldn't walk well. I was placed on some kind of traction. For about 4 months, after which I got better and I was discharged. I went back to my normal business. But after a while, I noticed that my movements, lower limb and part of my upper limb, was deteriorating. I wasn't walking well, so I went back to the hospital. Upon examination, the doctors requested that I go do an MRI, which I did. Result of the MRI came out, and they found out that a lot of nerves running from the cervical down to the lumbar was being pressured. And then for them to decompress that pressure, they need to separate the third cervical vertebrae from the fourth cervical vertebrae. And the only way they could do that was through a surgery. So they explained to me the procedure. It was too scary for me. Too scary. I told the doctors that I needed to think about it and get back to them while I took my problem to God. I kept praying and praying that I get better, that God should intervene in my situation. Anyhow, physical things are physical things. My doctors kept calling. That time was running out. And that the more I stay, the more it will continue to deteriorate. And I might end up on a wheelchair.
It's okay.
So I had no choice than to make up my mind to go for the surgery. So I called them back and told them I was ready for the surgery. And they booked me for first week of December. So I recorded that video because I knew there was nothing God cannot do. God is only using the doctors to do his work. So I put out that video asking the entire Nigerians to pray for me so I can go in for the surgery and come out successful and then get back on my feet. Papa is here. He's my spiritual father. So I told him I needed to come here for prayers And he said to me, son, I should come. And then here I am. Baba, please, let the church pray for me. It's a very scary surgery, but I know that the God I serve and the God you, Prophet Jeremiah Omotofuwe says, will see me through this surgery and I will come out successful. Church, please, I need your prayers. I need your prayers. I know there's nothing God cannot do without prayers. Please, that's why I'm here. Please pray for me. I'm going in for the surgery first week of December. Please.
Okay, so you saw that. That's my brother and friend, Clem Mohammed, crying, weeping like a child. He's not going through only physical pain. He's going through an emotional, psychological, and mental pain. This guy is literally incapacitated. I know Clem. I know who he is. To see him this way, it explains why I had to cry. I couldn't hold it. This is a guy that our paths crossed way before we featured in the movie called End Times, which is what gave him the name that many people know him by today, Pastor Weaver. Okay? Our paths had crossed before then. And then we all went for the audition of the movie. And we went for the audition. It turned out that the whole audition narrowed down to 2 people who were supposed to potentially play the role of Pastor Weaver. And everybody thought it was going to be me because I had all the swag. I had everything that you would think a pastor like Pastor Weaver should have. Speaking in tongues, praying fervently, all those things, all those evangelical maneuvers. I had all of that. Clem didn't have those. He didn't know how to pray. He didn't know how to speak in tongues. I could speak in tongues then like I can today. I could do all of that then. And so the guys were so confused. Like for days, we kept going back and forth, back and forth. Some of them said, okay, if Joe is not looking mature enough for this role and Clem is more mature, why don't we just make Joe up and give him beards and stuff like that? Because the problem was that I wasn't looking mature enough for the role. I was looking too young for the role. Clem had the looks, but he didn't have the goods. And so eventually they reached a decision and said, okay, well, Joe, we're going to have to let Clem do this. We can only hope that you will help us to coach him and just groom him and let him know how to do the things that you do the best. And I was very excited, to be honest. Not one single, not even an iota of anger or resentment was in me. I was excited. I felt like I was helping a brother. And immediately I hugged him and said, man, congratulations. And then immediately we went to work and I started helping him out. And the rest is history. So he ended up Pastor Weaver and I became Pastor Simon, who supported him a lesser role. But from that moment on, we became friends and we became brothers. To see him this way, it tore me to shreds. And so here's what I'm going to ask of you. You've already heard him. He said he needs our prayers because he's too scared of the procedure of the operation. Any person would be naturally scared of that. Many people go through stuff like that and they don't come back alive. And that's why he is scared. And that's why he's asking for our prayers. I know I have a lot of people who follow me who know how to pray. I'm asking you to please pray for my brother. And beyond praying for him, you saw that his pastor supported with some 8 million naira to show you that he needs a lot of money. He may not tell you that, but he needs so much money. You cannot get away from your job and be in the hospital. I mean, even after the operation, he's going to have to spend months, if not years, trying to recover. He's not going to be working at that time. What money is he going to use to take care of his family? That's why he got 8 million. That 8 million is probably going to go into the operation and stuff like that. What about the other monies that he needs? That's why I decided on my own, I'm going to make this video. I will make my own contribution. I'm going to send my money to him today, immediately after this video. And I'm going to ask you, my follower, whoever you are, wherever you find this video, whether you follow me or not, I'm pleading with you. This guy is our own. They have entertained you guys. You have loved his videos. You must have loved his videos. Even if you didn't know him before, I am pleading with you. Please help me. His account details are on the screen. I spoke with him personally and I told him to send me those account details. And he sent them to me personally. And he told me the operation is going to happen in just a few days' time. So I told him, I made him a promise, I'm going to ask you to help me raise money for him. So please, whatever you have to spare, whatever token you have to spare, please send to his account directly. And now listen, if you're my partner, maybe one or two of those people who usually will send me money at the end of the month, and you think that by sending me money is going to affect you helping him, forget about mine. Move everything to his account and give it to him. I'm okay with that. God is still going to bless you for that. So please, all I care for is for you guys to help me raise money. Let's support him while he's alive. Let's prevent another obituary announcement. God will bless you immensely for doing this. And don't forget, please, to pray for him. Remember, he said first week in December. When I spoke with him early this morning, he told me he was on his way to the location where the operation was going to take place. Okay. And that is going to happen like in 2 days from now, maybe on the 2nd of December or so. So please keep him in your prayers, in your family prayers, church prayer groups, wherever it is, even on your own. Remember Clem, because I see God transforming his life and bringing him back for a purpose that is beyond him. Everybody will be happy that they did if you guys are going to help us pray and support this man. I love you with all my heart, and I cannot wait to see you guys respond in the affirmative. Please, I beg of you again, help me to help my brother and friend.